Hey folks, you're about to listen to just a small sampling of the plethora of dogshit posts on this topic. For the full episode that has more posts, plus weekly bonus episodes that have even more awful posts, head over to patreon.com/reportthispost. For just $5 a month, you will finally be guaranteed happiness. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 150 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger. That is Christian.
I am the Eggman.
And we are your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by us, Christian more specifically, is the Beatles.
That's right.
The Liverpudlian. How do you say someone from Liverpool?
Liverpudian?
It's some fucking made up bullshit word for that silly little town in England.
The Fab Four.
That's right. The British invasion. They did. Some 70 years ago or something. 60?
I think 60 years would be about more. Yeah, that's my line.
I guess because, well, let's see. I just looked it up the other day. Ringo is 81 years old.
Paul is 79.
Well, yeah, so, yeah, they were late teens, right? So we're into the 60s in terms of time since those what at the time were considered attractive men when they came over here.
Sex symbols, that's right. Gaggly, mop-topped, insanely thin men. Yeah.
Yeah, you look at them now and you're like, good Lord, hadn't invented the pretty boy yet. So we're still
but the boy band, the cookie cutterness kind of exists to this day now, even with the K-pop groups that are all just the same thing.
They especially all look very similar. What?
Save that for another episode
when we talk about the Korean invasion, which will be a fun episode. Surprised that one hasn't come across the docket yet, K-pop, because there are some truly sick freaks online that love that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. I'm friends with some of them as well. Adults that are very much tied into it.
Yeah, quite a bit. Well, speaking of adults, two of the Beatles are adults now. The other two are long dead. Well, they all made it to adulthood, to be fair, but yeah, two of them are gone. We lost John Lennon. We lost George Harrison. Yeah. Ringo and Paul are still hanging out. Ringo was really hoping he outlives Paul.
He wants. Oh yeah, he wants
nothing else
Beatle, for sure.
He just absolutely has to be the guy. He is such an old guy online. The way he posts, I saw a tweet from him the other day where he misspelled Beatles. He spelled it like the bug with two E's.
It's
of all the things that guy should be able to spell.
Yeah, it's cool when 80-year-old people don't have a handler to control what they're posting and stuff, and it's just a complete stream of consciousness.
Yeah, and if you're a billionaire who hasn't had a job in 60-something years, you don't. Really...
he was on Shine Time Station. He was an actor for a bit.
That's right. He really. Why did he do that? Why did people let that happen?
Boy, I don't know. Then only to be replaced by George Carlin, of all people.
Two guys you often get confused with each other. Now, what's your relationship with the Beatles?
My mother was a big time Beatles head. She was of the age to be a screaming lunatic when they would have come here across the pond. So growing up, that was a lot of records of their recordings were played in my home, actual vinyl recordings. So grew up with them, but never got into it to the sense of being obsessed with them. I just think they make some okay music.
I had like almost no exposure to them growing up. My mom was more into like Zeppelin and bands like that. My dad thought they were all fags, the Beatles. So never. We didn't listen to a lot of them.
So unlike him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually made that judgment about several other, almost every other man, especially if their hair was. He would get his hair cut once a week.
1 inch. 1 inch.
Literally every week. So people didn't think he was gay. So real normal stuff from a guy who was probably very gay in his own right. But yeah, I didn't really listen to the Beatles probably till I was like 20 or something like that.
Sure.
And I was like, this is pretty good. Also a lot of real corny shit.
It kind of walks the line between being the pretending to be super deep and then just like super fucking corny shit for babies. Yeah. So.
It is crazy that they went the route that they did, because that was before there was a blueprint for what a rock band was. Sure. Nowadays, if like you're a boy band, like NSYNC wouldn't suddenly become prog after a while. Like they're just always going to be NSYNC. They would never do an experimental album or anything like that. So they were sort of figuring out what it was to be a famous band, because no one did that before.
Sure.
And they changed music as we know it. And boy, there's a lot of people online who just will not shut the fuck up about that.
That's very true. Yeah. To this day.
Yeah, very interesting to have that as a personality trait for sure. As a Beatles fan.
I'm a Beatles guy. I have the Abbey Road silhouette on the back of my Fiat, and I love it.
Sounds cool, actually.
Great.
Let's go ahead and read some posts while we're here.
Terrific. So, a now deleted user posted, "Today I learned that John Lennon, during his career with the Beatles, beat up a man at Paul McCartney's birthday party because he implied John might be gay." Over on Reddit. Unit Tipo Quinjanga added, "I'm not a homophobe in any way, but if some asshole at a party makes some backhanded comment and calls me or my friend a queer, then we are going to have a problem." Don't Give a Fuckistan asked, "Would that be considered a hate crime?" And another deleted user replied, "How so? Are people that imply other people are gay somehow a protected class? Pretty sure they are not. No, it is in no way a hate crime, just a dick move." Loving the person in the middle there getting confused of who's gay and who's not in this situation. Who's being the target of a hate crime and who's performing it.
So if you get called gay and then you beat up someone who called you gay, that's not a hate crime, but it's also like you're upset because you don't like that you were called gay.
Sure.
So it's some sort of, I don't know if it's a hate crime or it's just well, in general, you probably just shouldn't beat up people that call you names.
Why not? What else are you going to do? What else are you going to beat them up for?
You can at them on Twitter, quote tweet them. That's what most.
You can screenshot it so that way when they block you after you quote tweet them, it's like,
I got some tea to spill on this feller. And then,
man, if John Lennon was on Twitter, could you imagine the things he'd be saying?
Just imagine.
Okay. Walked right.
Should we do a parody of Imagine, but it's involving memes from Twitter?
Nope.
All right. Well, I found this thread from a person named Duda on Twitter. It's so amazing how people who think about McCartney and Lennon deeply often get John and Paul so much more than Beatles biographers, because those are all mostly cishet males and they don't comprehend the nuances that come with their relationship because they see it too simplistically. If you look at Paul and John as two friends with a big ego and rivalry, John dismissing Paul and Paul being the inferior one who idolizes John and puts him on a pedestal, as many people do, you fail to explain half of the things that happen both within them and within the band. Once you consider the codependence they had and the many ways they were similar yet different, the ways both of them regarded each other, and start to dig deeper into the meaning of their relationship, you start to understand so much more about the two of them as people, too.
Damn.
So I went to this person's bio over there on Twitter. This is what it says. December 21st, 2020, Paul McCartney liked my tweet saying that Polythene Pam and Lavatory Lil are girlfriends. And that tweet, which was just a reply to something that Paul himself tweeted, is also that person's pinned tweet. So,
sure is.
And then they have, it's been quote tweeted several times by them saying, do you remember when Paul liked my tweet?
Very cool.
So congrats to that person for having one of Paul McCartney's interns like a tweet you made.
Not even him.
Absolutely not.
Not even
Paul's
him.
Going around liking tweets.
Not even his weird, son. His weird blobby son. It's not even him doing it. It's just some guy. The weird fictionalizing history on real people thing is something I can and will never understand. What drives people to do that? Where it's just, they were friends, but they were more than that. They were almost lovers. And so,
that's how that works when there's any sort of media or even real life where there's two guys that are like friends. There's like a fan base that are like, yeah, they're gay. Yeah, they suck each other's dicks.
I ship this.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, does that mean that there's fan fiction of us then?
Well, I said they have to be friends.
Okay. Well, news to me. Okay. Thanks.
Come on, read your post.
So, a guy went to Facebook to post this. The Beatles are a creation of the military-industrial complex.
Okay.
The same people who spray our skies with poisonous chemtrails. The fuck? They were created by the military-industrial complex.
For the record, the fuck is in the post. That's not Christian exclaiming midway through the post.
They were created by the military-industrial complex, and they did not write any of their songs. Maybe in the very beginning, the satanic elites who owns them, left them put their own songs out. But it wasn't long after the first deal that was made. Oh, another deal was made with money exchanged and souls being sold to the devil that they caved. The military-industrial complex created the Beatles. Sorry to disappoint you Beatles fans, but it's true. The Luciferians know how to reel us humans in.
Well, it's hard to argue with all the proof they provided there.
Just the ramblings of a dangerously insane human being.
Yeah.
So not only are they WMDs, but they're also demons as well. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. They're like a kaiju or something.
It's hard to imagine the military-industrial complex writing like I want to hold your hand.
Yeah, love me, dude.
Which, by the way, I want to hold your hand. Good God. How times have changed. Now they have singers singing about their wet pussies on the radio.
Have you heard this? Have you read about this?
They got these wet asshole pussies, I think the song. That's what it's called. It stands for wide asshole, comma, pussy. And it's just to let the fellas know that you're going to have a tough time enjoying anything back there. It's
the sequel to What in the Butt? That classic.
Oh boy, that is a classic. I have not thought about that song in a hot second. God damn, that was a heck of a meme, 15 years ago?
Yeah, made its way on to South Park and everything. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think that was when I first realized that the internet was getting to a bad point. When TV shows I liked were
I saw this on 4chan. It's not good that I see it on TV too.
Yeah, this should not be happening. And then it's been unbelievably downhill ever since, and it's only going to get 1,000 times worse, folks. Great. Hey, speaking of Facebook, found this guy on there talking about John Lennon's Imagine. Song we were just talking about. A song that I didn't know until probably like a year ago was not a Beatles song. Because whenever I hear that guy singing, I just assume it's the Beatles.
Thing. Yeah, right.
Like I don't. And then there's another one from Paul McCartney that's the same thing. Was it
Band on the Run?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Always thought that too, but
it's by the much better band Wings. Much better than the Beatles.
That's right. Have you ever actually read the lyrics to this goober's most famous song? It is basically the sales pitch of the Judaic dystopian endgame shaped for consumption by the useful idiots of the world. Anyone that unironically likes this song is practically a lost cause. Imagine how many men and women who don't share your same moronic outlook you'll have to destroy to get your pathetic goobertopia, which you'll get to enjoy for all of 15 minutes. Imagine how little time you'll have before a powerful external patriarchy like Islam or a rising superpower like China topples you and takes over, subjecting your dumb asses to a worse new world than you started with before you started destroying the pillars holding up the old one. Imagine even if you got your way and this lame power vacuum love-in you hope for with all the mental acuity of a drooling infant actually lasts, how rapidly humanity will descend into a degenerate rat pile in a world bereft of all guiding forces as the ugliness of human nature races to the forefront. Imagine that, you fucking losers. You told him, bud.
Told whomever.
You told that guy 40 years after he was murdered in the street.
I mean, I believe the song is called Imagine because nothing in it is ever going to happen. So, in retrospect, I think this guy should actually like that because it's saying that none of this stuff's going to happen. But imagine if it did.
This song's 50 years old. It came out in July of 71. So, yeah, very old song. It's honestly, it's not even. It's a pretty mild song in terms of what he's actually imagining, right?
Yeah, that's right. Just
not even
all
not
the
even
people
a lot of,
live
like,
in
detail.
peace.
Yeah,
yes.
Is that a horrible thing to imagine?
If it means all people have the same rights, maybe.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
First they get to drive, then they get paid the same amount as us. Oh no.
Nope. It's never gonna happen. It's only something to imagine. Sorry, gals. Try harder.
Hey, speaking of John Lennon getting rocked, a deleted user went to our historical what if. Great subreddit for a bunch of morons to hang out on. To ask, what if Mark David Chapman only wounded John Lennon and accidentally killed Yoko Ono instead? On December 8th, 1980, Mark David Chapman waits outside of the Dakota with the intention of murdering John Lennon. As the couple return home that night, he attempts to seize his chance by pulling out a gun and firing 5 shots, but his aim is disrupted by the doorman of the apartment, who attempts to grab the gun as Chapman fires. Both John and Yoko are hit by stray bullets, but while John is only severely wounded, Yoko is killed. Aside from the obvious fact that John survives, what else changes? How is John's worldview affected by the murder of his wife? What effect does the aftermath have on John's relationship with Paul McCartney? Does it lead to a reunion of the Beatles? An increased focus by John on his pacifist ideology? Or does he remove himself from the public eye entirely, too heartbroken to continue making music or attempting to change the world? And user Random Precision replied, he dies 2 years later of a heroin overdose.
Yes. Yeah. If that, honestly.
Yeah, that's on the high side. Yeah.
I mean, his old lady's murdered. He's probably going to start slamming that horse very quickly.
Yeah,
after
right up to the apartment, right there, right off Central Park, and just.
This is a great subreddit. Here's a third. What if Donald Trump married Princess Diana after her divorce from Prince Charles?
It really is a good subreddit because there's just
the top response on that is no way in hell she goes near that small arrogant orange man. Sorry, but no. And then the OP responded, yeah, but what if? So
I think that's the best part about it is that there's so much derision against within that subreddit, even though the whole idea behind it is just like, hold reality at bay for a minute and just imagine if this happens and
no one can even do it. What's the point of this fucking subreddit?
For 2 minutes, they can't just put that aside and be like, oh, that'd be interesting.
No, I have to put in my own little opinion to just even say it's not good. It's like when you ask someone like, hey, what would you rather do? And then they say like, neither. Well, that's all right.
Would you rather fight a horse-sized fly or a fly-sized horse? Yeah. All right.
Like, I'm going to say none of the above. All right, go fuck yourself then.
Yeah.
Eat my fucking balls. Yeah. Would you rather eat my asshole or
the spot between my asshole and my balls?
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, speaking of a Yoko Ono, I found this comment on Reddit posted under a video of Yoko who's doing all that screaming shit that she does, which
she likes to do.
Again, not really sure who that was all for and what kind of... how John Lennon, a man who could pretty much have any woman in the world, ended up pussy whipped by the ugliest Japanese woman he could find is the biggest mystery to me. And the user Ron Polyp responded, why Paul McCartney would pay Heather Mills almost $50 million for 4 years of marriage rather than arranging for her to take an unfortunate trip down the stairs her prosthetic leg must have given away at a very inopportune moment is a bigger mystery to me. So we've had 2 posts in a row here where someone imagined Yoko Ono just being murdered, and it's someone else imagining Paul McCartney murdering his ex-wife.
Yeah.
His one-legged fucking peg-leg of a wife.
Yeah. Thought these guys said all you need is love. Isn't that what you're supposed to be? Is that the mindset here, folks? Oh, boy. Meanwhile, you got Ringo over there married to the same broad since 1981.
Jeez, so. Talk about your cuck, huh? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, she seems like a nice lady.
Oh. Barbara Bach?
Mm-hmm. I believe they met on the set of Caveman. The was it Roger Corman movie that he starred in?
Well, she was a looker.
And I'll leave it at that. And,
oh, she was a Bond girl at some point. Yeah, that sounds about what I would expect Ringo to land. A former Bond girl.
Sure. Playboy model, Bond girl. They got however many kids together.
God, he is an unfortunate looking man.
Yeah, he doesn't look great.
But
Ringo, also his whole movie turn thing. He was in a movie called The Amazing Christian, which was really
I think you were looking at a mirror.
Okay. The Thin Gwyn tweeted out, the only thing that sucks about John Lennon getting shot in the fucking head is that he got deified instead of eventually being seen for the piece of shit he was. Fuck that guy forever. The world is a better place without him in it. And the Beer Kid 69 replied,
nice.
I had to explain to my, quote, born in the wrong generation, unquote, coworker just days ago what a shitbag John Lennon was. Mm-hmm. Needless to say, that's one less coworker I have to talk to at the Christmas party.
So what was he so bad about? I don't remember.
Oh, he was abusive. He cut his kids out of his life. He was a drug addict and all sorts. I mean, because all drug addicts deserve to be killed.
I'm waiting for you to get to the bad stuff. So is this one of those good news, bad news sort of thing? Let's get the good stuff out of the way first.
I mean, supposedly he was racist. He was married to a Japanese woman, so I kind of find that a little hard to
I mean, it's one thing to like fuck him as like a fetish, but to marry one, it's hard to be a racist when you do that.
You can't really degrade them when you're sharing vows with them, trading vows with them. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So supposedly he's a bad guy. Also, supposedly Yoko Ono abused John and, like, kept him away from people and gaslit him. Who knows? It was 1,000 years ago. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing, is like whatever he was doing was probably like the most progressive form of manlyhood back then.
Just being his own dude.
It's just like, he would beat his old lady, but it was, way less. It was on the lower end of percentage-wise as far as the amount of beating that men did unto women back then. So I think he deserves some credit.
I gotta show the boys I'm not a queer, so I'm gonna beat the shit out of my wife. Yeah,
but not like, not too much.
Use a sock full of oranges, John. It won't leave any marks.
Okay, interesting remark that you just made there. Well, hey, user Beatles fan started a thread titled "Any Other Beatles Fans Out There?" over on adisc.org, the website for adult babies and diaper lovers. And user Johnny AB in Oss responded, "Beatles are the best. Yeah. I grew up on the Beatles as a little kid back in the 60s. That was when the adult population, i.e. our parents, complained bitterly about the long hair, plus the loud beat music, and that was before the Beatles even found drugs. But us kids loved them. I can still sing along knowing nearly all the words to most of their songs. Their music is one of my few fond memories of childhood."
Jesus Christ.
And Johnny describes himself as an adult baby, a diaper lover, and a sissy. Hasn't been on the forum in over a decade, sadly. But this is one of his final posts in a thread asking, "What is everyone wearing right now?" Johnny said he's wearing a medium Tina slip, pink slippers, pink nightie, with an attached clipped pink ribbon and a white Nook 5 dummy. Oops, I should say a white Nook 5 pacifier. Hi to all from down under.
Great.
So guys, just got a diaper on with a slip, pink nightie, and a pacifier in his mouth, just typing away with Sgt. Pepper's blasting in the background. And you're telling me this guy didn't have the best childhood?
Yeah, right. Yeah, what could have happened there, right? You don't really think of these guys as being in the medium-sized range.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of a standout thing. I'm always envisioning a sort of Baby Huey situation, just from all aspects when an adult baby comes into the conversation. But
maybe it's a medium in terms of what these, based on what's the medium of these guys? You know what I mean?
There's a whole scaling unit just for adult babies.
There probably should be. I'm assuming that these companies have already figured out how many people are purchasing their products for strictly fetish reasons. So
these nighties are these footed pajamas are a size medium, and it's like a fucking car cover. Okay, great.
Oh man, the stench in that house can only that Australian diaper boy's house. Oh, brother.
He's going to Macca's, getting just filling that diaper up with
He should go to Mecca instead. Find Allah, my friend.
Australian Muslim adult baby.
Who's I'm also Australian Muslim sissy. So
what is it? Okay, no, we'll save it.
What are you asking?
We'll save it for the third adult baby episode we end up doing.
Are you going to ask what is a sissy?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a good in terms of, let's see, sissy diaper. Let me Google that. What is a sissy ABDL? I really shouldn't have. I should have opened up the incognito for that one.
You are going to get some ads, my friend.
Oh boy, a sexual fetish in which the participant role plays regression to an infant-like state by drinking from a baby bottle, sleeping in an oversized crib, playing in a playpen, wearing a diaper. This just sounds like regular old.
That just sounds like the same thing, right? There's so many nuances to this stuff, man.
Okay, wait, hold on. This is from RABDL on Reddit. Typically, sissies cross-dress, but sissy encompasses a wide variety of traits, and there's no rule that says you have to be 100% into sissy stuff to be a sissy. Cross-dressing is a primary common trait, but you can act the part without cross-dressing and still be considered a sissy. Likewise, just because someone cross-dresses doesn't inherently make them a sissy. Okay. And, someone else just said, sissy is just a guy. So...
just any guy. Just any guy in a diaper is a sissy. Uh-oh.
User Omashiro said, I know how you feel to want to be a sissy, but my penis is so tiny that I don't even want it. I go for feminine clothes when I shop.
Just get it out of here.
Thanks for letting us know. Okay, he says he's a bedwetter from Singapore. Cool.
A global community over there on...
Now, again, over there, penis size, he's probably a medium, but... Okay. Let's get back to the post about the Beatles, specifically.
Sure, someone asked Cora, who is better, Michael Jackson or the Beatles? Colin McCabe answered, the Beatles. But to be honest, I would prefer to listen to almost anybody instead of Jackson. I'm not in questioning his abilities as a singer, writer, dancer, showman. I just don't like him. I have never listened to him either intentionally or deliberately, in any of his guises. I didn't like him with his brothers. I didn't like him with Paul McCartney. Awful song. I didn't like him when he was young. I didn't like him when he was old. I don't like him now. I don't like his one glove. I don't like his white socks with black half-mast kecks and black shoes. I don't like him dangling a baby over a balcony. I don't like his statue outside of Craven Cottage. I thought Bad was awful. I did sort of like Ben. I liked the Vincent Price voiceover on Thriller. I liked Eddie Van Halen's guitar on Beat It. I liked Alien Ant Farm's version of Smooth Criminal.
What the fuck?
In September 1988, Michael Jackson played Antry Racecourse, which is just over 5 miles from my house at the time. He was such a noisy bastard, I had to shut the windows to keep the racket out.
Cool. What a terrible list of things this guy's into.
I liked Vincent Price's voiceover on Thriller. That was okay.
Yeah. I like the Alien Ant Farm version of the song he did. What the fuck? Sure, okay. And I like that he went through all that stuff that he didn't like, and he ended with Bad. That was the worst part of all that? Was the album Bad? Or the song Bad? I'm not even sure which one he meant.
Yeah, he wasn't specific. Probably didn't put enough thought into it because he doesn't like the guy. I don't know if you picked up on that or not.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, and didn't really give a lot of thought to why he likes the Beatles either. If he does.
Just why he does not.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Hey, we did a Jacko episode a little while ago. It was probably pretty good, so go check it out. Go look through the archives and find it. I found this petition on change.org. Paul McCartney Burj Khalifa roof concert. This is a fan-based petition to ask Paul McCartney can he do a concert on Burj Khalifa roof? It's not exactly on the roof, as Burj Khalifa have no roof, have an antenna only, but it is purposed as somewhere the place on top of Burj Khalifa. Also mostly for live audience at home because it's hard to hear from Burj Khalifa. 5 people have signed this petition. There's also only one comment left by someone named Kines Tully. I need to go to the bathroom, please.
One of the stranger comments.
Maybe in some places you have to ask for permission. I don't know if you have to do it on a change.org petition, though. Might have to ask someone. He's just sitting there like, oh my God, I have to go so bad. Who do I ask?
Yeah, I gotta let somebody know I have to go to the bathroom.
So Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world, I believe.
Yeah, having a 79-year-old man strapped to the antenna.
Yeah, it's like it goes to a point. There's nothing close to it. roof on this thing.
Incredible brain power. Yeah, that's gonna. How can we top the Abbey Road sessions on top of the studio? Oh, I know. We'll just put them on the tallest building in the world.
Yeah,
where he says no one can hear it.
So we're just like have to assume it's happening. Maybe it's already happened. Who knows? It could be going on right now. I don't know.
It's hard to hear on top of a 2,000-foot building. Yeah, no shit. Okay.
You just at the bottom looking up. It's like, well,
I guess he's up there. Fuck it, you could do it and tell people, and then they would be like, "Wow, cool." Just put some spotlights up there. Nobody knows.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's good. That's real good.
Hey. Cool. Well, looking forward to Sir Paul getting helicoptered up there for what will probably be his final performance. So
yeah, before he just has a heart attack and just falls right off and lands on one lucky fan,
killing them instantly. But man, what a way to go!
What a way to go!
That's right.